everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Today we will make this absolutely cute looking pair of leg warmers in Tunisian style crocheting. These leg warmers are made with 2 colors of chunky yarn and a 7mm double-ended Tunisian crocheting hook. The closest US equivalent to that is a US size K 10.5. The first yarn I'm using is Chunky from Serenity. And here's the yarn information. And the second yarn I'm using is Wild Streak by Yarn Bee. And here's the yarn information. I will start with the gray yarn and make a slip knot. Then I will chain 28. You can chain more or less if you like, but please make sure when you close the chain to a ring later on, it will fit comfortably over your foot. So I will go ahead and chain 28. I made my chain of 28. Now you can go carefully back to the beginning of the chain to make sure it's not twisted. Go into that first loop of the first chain, the back loop or the top loop, and make a slip stitch. Now let's make a chainless double crochet into that same chain again. Pull the loop a little bit long and hold it with your thumb, then rotate your hook from the front to the back around those 2 pieces of yarn to create the yarn over for the double crochet. Then we're going into that first chain again and pulling the loop through. Then pull the yarn through the loop and behind the 2 pieces of yarn. Then let go and pull through 2 loops. And that's the chainless double crochet. That way we don't get a seam. And now you can make double crochet into all of the chains. So including with the chainless double, I will have 28 double crochet. Make double crochet in each of the chains until the end of the round. I made the 28 doubles. Now we have to make a slip stitch into the chainless double. Here's the front loop. Then you have to turn it quite a bit to see the back loop. Here's the back loop. Go into the front loop and the back loop of the chainless double. And you can tell those are the 2 loops because when you pull on one piece of yarn, the other one is moving. So those are the 2 right loops. Now you can make the slip stitch and start the next round. We make a chainless double again into that same stitch where we just pulled our yarn through. Pull a little bit long, hold with your thumb, rotate around from the front to the back. Go into that chainless double, pull the yarn through, pull through the loop, and behind the yarn over, let go and pull through 2 loops. And the second loop may be a little bit tight, a little bit harder to pull through. We have our chainless double and now we can make double crochet into all of the stitches again. So I have altogether 28 doubles again. Finish the round with a slip stitch again into the chainless double crochet. Go through the front loop and then turn it quite a bit to see the back loop. Go through that and make the slip stitch. And then you can start the next round again with a chainless double. Pull a long loop, wrap around, go into your chainless double, pull through the loop and behind the yarn over. Let go and pull through 2 loops. And now you can make doubles into all of the previous doubles again. So this is my 3rd round and I will make 1 more round. I finished this round with a slip stitch into the chainless double again and start the 4th round with a chainless double. And then I make double crochet into all of the previous doubles again, and this will be my last round. So I made 4 rounds, but you can add more if you like. Finish the round with a slip stitch into the chainless double again, and like I said, I have 4 rounds, but you can make more if you like. Then chain 1 and put a marker into that chain. This is our first stitch and we want to remember it because now we work in continuous rounds. Now go into each of the stitches and pull up a loop. Go into the first double, pull up the loop, so now we have 2 loops. Into the next double we have 3 loops, into the next double we have 4 loops, and so on, and put a few loops on your hook. Then take the loops and push them over to the other side of the hook. Turn your work over to the wrong side. So this is the wrong side. And I made a slip knot into my new color. Put that on your hook. And then pull through the first loop only. Pull that new color through one loop. And then pull through 2 loops. 1 and 2, and continue, pull through 2 loops. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and so on. You can pull tight a little bit. And I pull through 2 loops until I have only 2 loops left on the hook. You can pull tight and turn your work over. And just make sure your yarn is tight. And now we can pick up loops again. Go through all of the stitches and pick up the loops and load your hook. And you can put quite a few on there. I just do a few to demonstrate. You can put as many as you can fit on that hook. Push it to the other side, turn your work over, and then take your other yarn and then pull through 2 loops again, through 2, through 2, through 2, and so on until you have 2 loops left on your hook. Then you can turn your work over again to the right side. This is how it looks right now. Right side and wrong side. And you can start loading the hook again. Pull the loops on the hook, turn over and pull through 2 loops, 2, 2, 2, and 2, and continue that pattern all the way around. Pull up your last loop of the last double crochet to finish the round. And now we can start round 2, but we still work in continuous rounds. Here was our chain where the marker is, and just grab that chain and pull up a new loop. You can see all the vertical bars here, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Go into all of those vertical bars and pull a loop up. 1, 2, 3, and so on. Load your hook again. Then you can push those loops on the other side. And then you can follow up with the other yarn and pull through 2 loops. Always through 2 loops. Now you can continue that pattern, go into all of those vertical bars, pull up the loops, and then turn your work over and follow up with the other color. Always pull through 2 loops. As you probably noticed, our fabric is curling a little bit. That's normal with the simple stitch. So here's how it looks so far, and as you can see, we work in continuous rounds now. And now you can continue the pattern and go around and around until you like the length of your leg warmer. When you get to the spot where the marker is, just continue your regular pattern. Grab all the vertical bars, one after another. Here's the marker, also grab that vertical bar. And now you can just go around in a spiral. I will make 28 rounds, but of course you can add more if you like. So just go around and around in a spiral with the same pattern. And here's how the wrong side looks after a few rounds. And here's how the right side looks. I've made my 28 rounds and you made your rounds. We can double check right here where the marker is. This is our first round. And I will count the 28 rounds and double check if I did everything right. So I have 28 rounds. And now let's check where we have to finish the round. Here's our marker. Follow that line right up to the last round. Remember, we put the marker into the first stitch, so that will be our first stitch where we make the double crochet again. I have to make 3 more stitches and then I can start right here. I will finish my 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then also pull up a loop on the stitch where we had the marker in on the bottom of the leg warmer. Turn your work over and finish those last stitches and leave 2 loops on the hook. Then you can cut your yarn, make a chain, and sew in the loose end. And that leaves us with 1 loop on the hook, and we will make a chainless double crochet to start the round. Pull long, hold with your thumb, wrap around, then go into the same stitch again below into that vertical bar, pull the loop through that, pull through the loop, and behind the yarn over, and you can hold with your thumb. It likes to pull long a little bit. Let go and pull through 2 loops. And now you can make double crochet into all of those vertical bars below. And as before, I will have 28 double crochet, and you will have the same number of double crochet that you had on the bottom of the leg warmer. At the end of the first round, right here is our last stitch where we pull the color through for the last time. Make your last double crochet into that vertical bar. And next to it is our chainless double, and then you can start your new round again with a slip stitch into the chainless double and repeat the same way we did on the bottom. Make the chainless double and then double crochet the same amount that you had on the bottom of the leg warmer, and also repeat the same amount of rounds that you had before. So I will have 28 double crochet and 4 rounds. Finish your round, cut your yarn and pull the loop out of the last double crochet, and I use a smaller hook to weave in the loose end. Skip over the chainless double crochet and go into the second double, the next double, and then pull the loose end from the front to the back through both loops. Skip the chainless double again, then turn your work a little bit and put your hook in through that little back bump and through the back loop of the last double and pull the loose end top down. Weave in your loose end towards the left of the fabric. And now our first leg warmer is done, and you can make the second leg warmer exactly the same way. Here are the 2 leg warmers when they're finished. I hope you had fun making them, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye!